Hey guys, thank you for watching the Slat Rock channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon to get notified every time we post a new video. And if you've already done so, just make sure that it's still active. Today we present you 15 most forgotten incidents in Survivor Series history. Number 15. Kane buries The Undertaker alive, 2003. When Mr. McMahon said he would bury The Undertaker alive at Survivor Series, many understandably doubted the chairman. For over a decade, the dead man had been digging holes and taking souls, and it seemed that the boss had made a rather grave mistake, pardon the pun. So it was a shock to the WWE Universe when Taker's younger brother Kane appeared, attacking his sibling and burying him alive, giving McMahon the victory. After all, the pair had not been seen together for years, with the Big Red Machine dominating on Raw, while The Undertaker cemented himself as the Phenom of SmackDown. The shocking betrayal by Kane was one of the few cross-branded acts that made dual-branded pay-per-views at the time so exciting, as fans never knew what would happen next. The WWE Universe would not see the dead man for months, but saw hints of the Phenom occasionally, as the conscience of the company proved that it's hard to kill what is already dead. The most memorable of these was the infamous gong that sounded during the 2004 Royal Rumble, distracting the dominant demon, who was eliminated by Booker T. After weeks of tormenting his brother, The Undertaker would finally return at WrestleMania 20, defeating Kane in an impressive showing, proving that there was only one true Lord of Darkness in the WWE. Number 14. The People's Champion becomes the Corporate Champion, 1998. When you ask a wrestling fan about Vince Russo, most will recoil in horror before launching a tirade about how the New Yorker killed WCW and did his best to kill TNA. But during his time in the WWF, Russo is responsible for some of the greatest decisions in the company's history, with the 1998 Survivor Series being Russo at his very best. After the WWF Championship was vacated due to controversy, a Deadly Games tournament was announced for Survivor Series, where the winner would join the elite few to hold the top prize in the industry. From the start, it was clear that the People's Champion was against the wall, facing off against McMahon's private guard, the Big Boss Man, who he was able to defeat in seconds. After Shane McMahon cost Steve Austin a spot in the finals, it all came down to the boss's pick, Mankind, against the Great One. In the closing moments of the match, The Rock applied Bret Hart's sharpshooter on Foley, with McMahon instantly calling for the bell, showing his true master plan. A stunned crowd turned into an angry mob as the Great One lifted the gold, becoming one of the WWF's top heels, with Mankind becoming the ultimate sympathetic babyface. It just goes to show, don't cross the boss. Number 13. Team Austin vs. Team Bischoff, 2003. Not satisfied with just one shocking moment, the 2003 Survivor Series had a second, this time from the Raw brand. When Linda McMahon appointed Stone Cold Steve Austin the co-general manager of Raw, Eric Bischoff was far from pleased. Bischoff had fired the Rattlesnake just weeks prior, and now Austin was back, raising hell just like before. But the Rattlesnake raised a bit too much hell, and after attacking many on the roster, Linda made the rule that Austin couldn't touch a superstar unless physically provoked. Still unable to coexist, the match was made. If Austin's team had won, the rule would be lifted, but if Bischoff's team won, Austin would be fired. For weeks, Austin tried to form a team, despite his own mantra of "don't trust anybody," with Shawn Michaels becoming the final man, the same man who had retired after facing Stone Cold at WrestleMania. After an epic battle, Michaels was left alone facing Chris Jericho, Christian, and Randy Orton. Never one to quit, Michaels battled on, eliminating Jericho and Christian. With the referee down and Austin opening a much overdue can of whoop-ass on Bischoff, Batista appeared out of nowhere to destroy the bloodied Michaels, allowing his Evolution teammate to get the win and sending the Bionic Redneck packing. The outcome may not have been what fans wanted, but the journey there and the post-match moment between Michaels and Austin made this a true gem in Survivor Series history. Number 12. The Gobbledygooker. For those of us born in the middle of the 1980s, the 1990 Survivor Series may well be the first real wrestling memory. The Undertaker arrived on the scene that night, causing many of us to have nightmares for the next few weeks. Funny enough, however, the arrival of the man who would go on to have the most respected career in the business wasn't the main talking point coming out of the show some 27 years ago. No, the main thing to happen on that show at the time was actually the hatching of a giant egg. The egg had sat ominously for months, just waiting to hatch, holding either secrets or something terrifying. It turned out that it actually just held Hector Guerrero in a big turkey suit, as Mean Gene Okerlund revealed what was known as the Gobbledygooker. The whole thing was quite obviously a sham and went nowhere fast. Needless to say, The Undertaker has experienced much longer success. Number 11. The Big Show's surprise win over Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's 2002 debut saw him shoot to the top of the WWE, crushing all opposition, including big wins over Hulk Hogan, The Rock, and even The Undertaker inside Hell in a Cell. Now WWE Champion, it seemed as if Brock Lesnar was unstoppable, and few expected things to turn out any different at 2002's Survivor Series when The Big Show challenged him for the belt. However, fans were in for a surprise when Paul Heyman betrayed his client Lesnar, helping The Big Show to get the pinfall and the WWE Championship. Ironically, Show had stunned the wrestling world a few years earlier at another Survivor Series, winning the WWF Championship in a triple threat match between The Rock and Triple H. While some fans criticized the WWE's move of Show winning, it put heat on him and Heyman, setting up a rivalry between the two biggest men in the WWE. Number 10. Hulkamania is Dead, 1991. Just 1 year after his 1990 Survivor Series debut, The Undertaker was put into the main event at Survivor Series, taking on Hulk Hogan for the WWF Championship. With Real World's champion Ric Flair and Taker's manager Paul Bearer at ringside, the Hulkster had his hands full. Still, the Immortal One had overcome great odds before, and it seemed unlikely he'd be dethroned anytime soon after regaining the WWF Championship at WrestleMania 7. However, the combination of The Undertaker's near invulnerability and outside interference led to a shocking loss for Hogan, as Ric Flair slid a chair into the ring, allowing Undertaker to tombstone piledrive Hogan onto it. Even the power of Hulkamania wasn't enough to keep Hogan from counting the lights that night. Number 9. Mr. Backlund becomes Mr. WWF Champion. Bob Backlund left the WWF in 1984 after losing the WWF Championship and refusing to turn heel. Fast forward to 1992 and Backlund was back in the WWF, showing he hadn't lost a step since leaving his longtime home. Backlund, who held the WWF Championship for the second longest reign in company history, made a spectacular showing at 1993's Royal Rumble, setting an endurance record that would last over a decade. By summer 1994, Backlund had earned a WWF Championship match with Bret Hitman Hart. The hotly contested bout aired on the July 30, 1994 edition of WWF Superstars, with the excellence of execution living up to his nickname by defeating Backlund. After the match, Backlund snapped, locking Hart in the crossface chicken wing. Bob Backlund became Mr. Backlund, a deranged wrestler who claimed he was still WWF champion because he'd never been pinned or made to submit. As WWE aficionados know, Backlund's manager threw in the towel during his match against the Iron Sheik, leading to Sheik winning the belt. Nonetheless, Bret Hart was still the WWF champion until Bret's brother Owen, then feuding with Bret, masterminded a submission match between Bret and Bob at 1994's Survivor Series. That night, Bret's second, Davey Boy Smith, was knocked out, and when Bob Backlund locked in the crossface chicken wing, the conniving and cowardly Owen manipulated his and Bret's mother into throwing in the towel for Bret. This resulted in a shocking win for Mr. Backlund and added more fuel to the Bret vs. Owen feud. Number 8. The Ultimate Opportunist Strikes, 2008. Edge earned the nickname The Ultimate Opportunist because of his propensity for taking advantage of whatever opportunities came his way. Case in point, 2008's Survivor Series, when a triple threat match for the WWE Championship between Triple H, Jeff Hardy, and Vladimir Kozlov turned into a one-on-one battle after Jeff was found unconscious in his hotel room. And no, we're not talking about Jeff's party lifestyle at the time, but a kayfabe attack. The match continued until Vicky Guerrero announced Edge was being inserted into the match. The Rated R Superstar, who had been absent since SummerSlam where The Undertaker had chokeslammed him through the ring, went into action, seeking championship gold. Jeff Hardy came out, steel chair in hand, but when Jeff went to hit Edge, he struck Triple H instead. Jeff blasted Kozlov as well, but his efforts proved futile as Edge speared Jeff and covered trips for the pin, becoming WWE Champion. Number 7. Stone Cold does the JOB for the CAR, 1999. Stone Cold Steve Austin was the hottest act in the WWF, but even the bionic redneck was subject to human frailties. By 1999, Austin had wrestled with an injured neck sustained thanks to a botched piledriver from Owen Hart at 1997's SummerSlam pay-per-view. In order to write Austin out of 1999's Survivor Series, where he was scheduled to face WWF champion Triple H in a triple threat match with The Rock, the WWF had Stone Cold run down by a car driven by a mystery assailant. This shocking turn of events wrote Austin out of the ring for nearly a year, allowing him to heal from his surgery. Number 9. The Phenom's Return, 2005. 2005 featured a Raw vs. SmackDown 5-on-5 elimination match with Shawn Michaels putting Randy Orton in what was seen by some as a career-making night for the master of the RKO. Orton's fellow SmackDown wrestlers flooded the ring to congratulate him. Apart from this Survivor Series victory, Orton in general had a good year. He was responsible for trapping The Undertaker in a flaming casket at October's No Mercy pay-per-view. Unfortunately for the Legend Killer, he hadn't quite finished off the dead man, as soon became evident when The Undertaker's signature sound echoed through the arena. As Taker's gong sounded, a group of druids brought out a casket to the entryway, and moments later, a bolt of lightning struck it, setting it on fire. The casket was engulfed in flames as The Undertaker smashed through it, making his way to the ring. Randy Orton did a great job selling how shocked he was, and soon, The Undertaker proceeded to destroy Orton's colleagues from SmackDown. Orton slipped away, setting the stage for future matchups. Number 5. This is Sting, 2014. After WCW's demise, wrestling fans wondered when WCW's franchise player would enter the WWE. While many former WCW stars such as Booker T, Ric Flair, Scott Steiner, and Bill Goldberg made their entry into the E, Sting remained a holdout, reportedly refusing to work for WWE because he couldn't square his Christian beliefs with the WWE's sometimes racy content. Sting went on to work in TNA but remained out of the WWE. That is, until 2014, when Sting made several appearances for the WWE, including contributing to the WWE Network documentary Warrior: The Ultimate Legend and hyping his role in the video game WWE 2K15. The release of the WWE home video The Best of Sting and Sting's surprise appearance at 2014's San Diego Comic-Con only fueled speculation of a Sting return to the ring. At Survivor Series, the speculation turned to shock, as the Stinger showed up to help Team Cena overcome outside interference by Triple H during their battle with Team Authority. Sting's return began a program culminating in a Sting vs. Triple H bout at WrestleMania 31. Number 4. Slip Loose: The Hounds of Justice, 2012. While the WWE has been rightly criticized for predictable booking, the debut of The Shield and their subsequent push was anything but predictable. The trio of NXT wrestlers Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins showed up at 2012's Survivor Series during the WWE Championship main event between CM Punk, Ryback, and John Cena, making an immediate impact on the main roster. The black-clad bruisers triple powerbombed Ryback through a table, enabling Punk to hold on to his WWE Championship against Cena. The Shield ultimately became main event stars thanks to a shocking debut and a well-planned follow-up program that saw them win over some of the biggest names in the WWE. Number 3. Shawn Michaels: The Comeback Kid, 2002. In 2002, Shawn Michaels shocked the wrestling world when he came back from what was believed to be a career-ending injury he'd suffered back in 1998. Michaels returned for a match with his former friend Triple H and, to many fans' surprise, announced that he was cleared to wrestle for more matches. Michaels feuded with Hunter, culminating in the first-ever Elimination Chamber match at 2002's Survivor Series. Michaels battled in the chamber with Booker T, Chris Jericho, Kane, and Rob Van Dam, all 5 superstars vying for Triple H's World Heavyweight Championship. Michaels showed he was still the showstopper, defeating Chris Jericho, then Triple H to win the belt. Michaels' win shocked the world, silencing any naysayers who complained his best days were behind him. Number 2. Who's Next? Brock Lesnar, 2016. WWE fans weren't sure just what to expect when the company announced Bill Goldberg was returning to WWE at 2016's Survivor Series. Not only had the WWE booked Goldberg terribly during his first WWE run in 2003, but Goldberg hadn't competed since 2004 and was now weeks shy of turning 50. Factor in the WWE booking Brock Lesnar as a monster heel, and fans had low expectations for this one. What the fans got was shocking. Bill Goldberg destroying Lesnar in less than 2 minutes with 2 spears and a jackhammer. Fans are still debating whether the WWE's booking of Goldberg vs. Lesnar was well done, but there's no question this Survivor Series match was shocking. Number 1. The Montreal Screwjob. Let's face it, no one is shocked to see the Montreal Screwjob ranked at the top of our list. However, you can be certain that 20 years ago, WWF fans were not only shocked, but awed by the sheer audacity of the Vince McMahon screwing Bret Hart out of the WWF Championship at 1997 Survivor Series. The screwjob triggered the Hitman's Berserk button, sending him into a fury that saw him destroy WWF equipment at ringside, then pantomime that he was headed to WCW. That was just the beginning though, as Hart cold-cocked Vince McMahon backstage. Although Vinnie Mac would claim Bret screwed Bret, it soon became apparent that Bret fell victim to one of wrestling's biggest double crosses. The screwjob is still talked about today, with some fans still believing it was a work. Whatever your feelings, if you were a fan when it happened, it's hard to think of any Survivor Series as shocking as this one. Well guys, that's our list. Can you think of any other forgotten incidents in Survivor Series history? If so, remind us of them in the comments below. If you like this video, don't forget to check out our previous video, the top 10 unfaithful team members in the history of WWE Survivor Series. And check out our other high-rated videos by clicking at the upper right-hand corner or down in the description field. If you did like this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and the bell icon to get notified every time we upload. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and as always, thanks for watching.